Welcome to our live demo. My name is Paul Klain. I'm the packaging segment manager for Yaskawa Motion, and we're here at our demo room in Waukegan, Illinois. We'd like to be in Chicago meeting in person, but circumstances have changed, and so this Pack Expo Connects option is a nice alternative. Today, we're going to talk about servo performance with SigmaLogic. So you might ask, what is SigmaLogic? SigmaLogic makes it possible to add superior performance and unmatched reliability of Yaskawa servo system without leaving the familiar format of an existing PLC. Packaging in North America has a huge installed base of Allen Bradley PLCs, and with that comes a lot of motion. We believe PLC platform shouldn't be the limiting factor towards how your servos perform. So Jeff, if you don't mind, we'll jump to the slides. So what you first see here is a nice graphic of the SigmaLogic drives, how it interfaces with the software and with the Rockwell PLC. We utilize AOIs to initiate motion sequences, and these are applicable for compact logics and control logics PLCs. Next slide. Here, you're going to see the PLC platform, and we have a wide range of our Yaskawa products that all fit on this PLC platform over Ethernet IP. And in particular, we're going to focus and stream in, we're going to focus on the lower side of that diagram, which is focused on the SigmaLogic servos. Our industry-leading servos, our industry-leading servos drop directly into RS Logics and improve servo performance immediately. As mentioned, we utilize Yaskawa AOIs and they have full compatibility with Rockwell PLCs. The results are very predictable. Increased throughput, increased parts per second, or cases per minute. So you might ask, why would you choose SigmaLogic? One of the main reasons is you know exactly what you're getting with a Yaskawa servo. That's industry-leading performance, reliability and quality that's second to none, and support that's ready to assist with no costly contracts. So speaking of support, Matt Smith, one of our regional motion engineers, did a video to show how the SigmaLogic will interact with a compact logics PLC. So we're going to go ahead and run that video now.
Hi, my name is Matt Smith. I'm the regional motion engineer for Yaskawa, based out of Chicago. I'll be going over a SigmaLogic demo for you today. In front of me, we've got a Allen Bradley Compact Logics L35E PLC and our Sigma7 SigmaLogic Compact Controller. The software I have in front of me is called LogicWorks. It's what we use to commission our SigmaLogic7 compact drives. In this case, I've got a SigmaLogic drive already set up, so I'm just going to connect to it and do an overview of the configuration software that's free and downloadable off our website. So here you can check and confirm the versions on the hardware. You can configure units, so we work in real engineering units, whether that be revolutions, millimeters, inches. You can set it up for rotary axis as well, so you don't have to worry about encoder counts. It's all using real engineering units. We isolate some of the important parameters for the drive, so there's no big parameter list. There's a couple checkboxes and some variables to fill in. And then it also gives an availability of a test run for the SigmaLogic. So before you have it hooked up to an Allen Bradley PLC, you can control the axis without writing any code. we confirm that our power wiring, our motor wiring is correct. We can confirm direction. We can confirm scaling, all without writing any code. But from that point on, the SigmaLogic has been configured. So what we can do is go back to the Allen Bradley software, RSLogix 5000. So inside of that, I'm connected to our PLC, and we've got our SigmaLogic drive added to the network. So it's simply a generic device that is added in to specify a certain assembly instance of a fixed size. So once that's added, our AOIs then know how to map the data correctly. So there's a few AOIs that are necessary to get the access communicating with the Rockwell PLC. The first one's going to be the MC-FG function block. That gives you status information of the SigmaLogic, such as position, torque, and speed. There's also a heartbeat, so if communications has failed, the drive will turn off. From this standpoint, all you have to do is specify the axis, and throughout your Allen Bradley program, you'll use that axis name to enable and control the axis. So the name formatting you can see is very familiar to common Rockwell AOIs, such as the Servo on. With a click of a button here, we can enable the axis. We'll have status feedback that the servo is on, and then we can get motion out of it. The easiest way to do that is to use the MAJ AOI. So here we've got a simple jog forward where we can enable and toggle the bit on, and then we can toggle it off. As we scroll down through here, we've got other supported AOIs, such as an MAM, a move. So if you're not familiar with how to parameterize a move type, you can always right-click on the instruction help. We've got embedded help inside each AOI. So if you're trying to understand how to set up that AOI, you can refer to the help file to understand the units and what direction would be forward. And in this MAM AOI, you can do incremental or absolute moves. We've also got a blending AOI, so you can do two moves together without coming to a stop. It's helpful for press applications where you need to do a rapid move down close to the part and then do a slow creep into the part. There are also homing AOIs. So those are another one that if you don't know the homing type, you can always go to the help file because we've got a variety of homing types. So inside the help, you can see that we can home to hard stops, just define a position, home to over travels. All of our Sigma 7 motors come with absolute encoders, so the homing procedure can just be done once, and then it's set until something changes mechanically or the motor gets replaced. So it reduces on homing configurations and the time it takes to home a machine. That's the end of my presentation on the SigmaLogic. Thanks for joining me.
Awesome. Hey, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that video. We're really lucky to have Matt actually join us here. So thanks again for doing the video, Matt. That was a great job. Matt's here to join us. We have a lot of different questions from customers as we talk about SigmaLogic, and we're going to get some of his feedback. So one of the first questions, Matt, is does the Rockwell PLC need a motion controller when we're utilizing SigmaLogic?
No, there's no need for a motion processor in the Rockwell PLC. So any Compact Logics or ControlLogix PLC can be used with no motion capability at all. So it saves on cost for the end user.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Another question that often comes up is, can SigmaLogic be used with MicroLogix PLCs?
Yeah, it can be used. It's just as functional as it would be for the ControlLogix or Compact Logic. So same drive, nothing really changes on the SigmaLogic side of things.
Awesome. Wonderful. So can SigmaLogic, can this be used with all of our Yaskawa motors?
Yeah, it doesn't just work with our standard rotary motors. You can take advantage of our linear motors. Our linear motor stages, like our SigmaTrack 2, is easily to integrate into the SigmaLogic world. Also with our direct drive motors, some people call those torque motors. So those are low RPM, but very high torque motors.
Awesome. Yeah, so that gives a lot of flexibility to solving the application. Great. So when a customer has a new SigmaLogic application, currently using a Rockwell PLC, how do you, as a region motion engineer, how do you get involved with that?
So we like to talk to the customers about their application, making sure that we're picking the right product for their application, if it's something that can be taken advantage of using the SigmaLogic controller. And then we'll also talk about sizing in those applications too. We really want to understand the application dwells and duty cycles and things like that.
Excellent. So, you mentioned sizing, and I guess when you go in and size an application that maybe already has a solution on it, how does your sizing tend to look compared to what's being utilized at the time?
So typically customers want to do apples to apples. They want to just give us motor nameplate information and cross it. But we found historically that people have maybe oversized those applications, or maybe the current product they're using doesn't actually have the same performance capabilities as our motors and drives. So we tend to have a higher peak torque up into the 300% range, and that allows us to use a smaller motor, so when we need that torque at certain times, we can use it. But then for that RMS torque that's running constantly, we can stick with a smaller motor. And also our motors are very compact too, so it might fit into a better frame size for them.
Oh, nice. So that's equal or better performance with a smaller motor and potentially lower cost. That seems like a win-win for everybody. So Matt, thank you very much. Great exchange. Hopefully people will gather a lot more information and understanding SigmaLogic and the benefits. So this concludes our SigmaLogic demo. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Matt.
Certainly.